origin of this place is Ikoro community, Ijo community in Ovia Northeast, Olodiama clan. The Ijos people, they are the one living in this place. As you can see, people dressing is Ijo national, Ijo attires. So this place is an Ijo community. What is happening is about the commissioning of the road and the commissioning of the, as you can see now, the market, the new market they are just give us. That is what they are doing here today now. That is the celebration we are just celebrating. We are happy, in short. Everybody is swimming, doing, jubilating. The road was very bad. Even if they want to carry us from Benin to this place, they take at times 1,000 something from us. But this time now, as God has to do it for us now, you see everywhere now. If you want to come to this place, it's very easy. You can come here for 200, even 300 or 500. Even the night before, if you want to come here, they will carry us from Benin 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira because the day has already dark.
The federal government of Nigeria, in its effort to promote integrated rural development throughout the nation, the federal government on Wednesday, the 10th of May 2023, officially commissioned 3 projects and 19 kilometers of roads in the communities of Ikoro and AGBA in the Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State.
We appreciate you. We pray for you.
I also want to thank you for all your prayers, support given to us and my party over the years. God bless you all. And God will continue to bless the federal government of Nigeria. To the glory of God and for use of mankind, it is my honor and privilege to commission this Ikoro market today. This market has a dedicated borehole to provide water in the WC that has been put here just to ensure that there is sanitation. It also has street lights that accompanies it. I'm also using this as an opportunity to commission street lights in the community. These are lights that come up at night when there is darkness on their own. So this afternoon you can't see them coming up, or you can see the poles all around. So to the glory of God and use of mankind, it's my honor and privilege to commission this one. Amen. Amen.
My name is Honourable Oscar Edo, the APC chairman of the Northeast chapter.
See what has transpired here. A simple term, how we describe it?
It's laudable. It's one of the projects of Mr. President, and is for our party APC. It has shown again that this party is known for progressive transformation, and we intend to do more in other communities. We want to thank Honourable Minister who have attracted this project to Ikoro and other communities around. And the Ovia people, we are so happy for this project.
So what's your message to the people as handling the
I want to appeal to everyone. It's a government project and it's domiciled in their community. It's expected that they take proper care of this infrastructure so that other subsequent administration can add to it rather than renovating this project.
Has spoken about this project, the road, the market, and then the street lights. So what I'm not just doing is symbolic. So it's my honor and privilege to commission this water project for the use of man to the glory of God. My honor and privilege to commission this 19-kilometer rural road that is serving Ikoro, Obazua, Igo, Babage, Ipala, and Ibean for the use of man and to the glory of God.
We are suffering for this AGBA community.
Water.
No boy, nothing. Everywhere we dey go, they fair water. Me no, I don't feel trekker. This our minister, he come. AGBA, he come. Me come surprise say they do well. What did they call so?
God.
What's your saying? Water we dey drink.
Water. God.
May God bless AGBA. Oh. God will bless AGBA.
Amen.
He serve this regime. That regime was his farm. God will better work for us.
My name is Prince HON.Minister.
Okay.
I be need that woman for this AGBA. We took the suffer for water. As I be so, where would they fetch water? They go they pay me. Where I come here say this AGBA, he can't do water for one day. I go from come. I call they say where I want to. Before I call say the man they do water for them. If they do water, I said the man we don't go see. That is my picking when they call Sunday. Sunday, like they follow they do the water. Water now. The water one day. The water come out. Hallelujah.
Where the man? I said I want to see the man. We say never. And they call say the man won't come. He said Wednesday. He said today Wednesday the man go come. I said today I don't go farm. God go punish farm. I don't go farm. I want to see the man. This man I want to farm for faith today.
So what you say him now? What do you want to tell him now when you don't say him?
I said that God go bless him. God go bless him. So today go now promotion to promotion. I should do for we so. Now people go better. Amen. Now this I be here. I feel one woman nobody. God now God go bless me. I need this school. Smatana, you can't bring water come. They say na AGBA. I said I come see.
President bring water.
Now you.
The Honorable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Prince CLEM AGBA, noted that the initiatives were a part of President Muhammadu Buhari's approved 2021 to 2025 National Development Plan. He pointed out that the integrated rural development was given special attention in the National Development Plan of Nigeria in order to lessen the suffering of the country's most vulnerable people.
Okay, there were about 4 projects that we inaugurated today, and these projects were handled by 3 agencies. The Rural Electricity Agency handled the street lighting. The Benue-Owena River Basin Authority handled the water project. And then the Ministry of Agri, the Rural Development section of it, handled the market, and also the street lighting within the market and the WCs in the market. For me, like I said this morning, I am excited and that we are beginning to implement those policies that we have in the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. One integral part of that National Development Plan is the issue of integrated rural development. And as the coordinating ministry for the economy, we keep talking about poverty issues. And we have said that the states, and I'm not exempting any state now, that the states are responsible for the 133 million multi-dimensionally poor Nigerians. And why do we say so? Look at a community like this. There is no water before now. There is no school, like you heard was said a while ago. There is no health facility here. And of course, because there is no water, it affects the sanitation. And when we are talking about multi-dimensional poverty, we are looking at deprivations from school, that is access to education, access to water, access to health. We do believe that no child should go beyond 2 or 3 kilometers to be able to access a school. I will believe that no one should be able to go beyond 2 kilometers or 3 to access medical facilities. So what we have done in these communities, which are both Ijaw and Bini speaking areas, I think we have about 4 or 5 Bini communities. Of course, this one here is a part of it, and then Ikoro, which is the Ijaw community. So that was one Ijaw community. But I am glad that I see smiles in the faces of the people, which is really what Mr. President stands for. He stands for the vulnerable ones in the economy. And you can see that in all of the elections, those are his constituency. They are the people who actually vote for him. So he has dedicated a large part of his administration to providing livelihoods for the vulnerable ones and ensuring that our people are taken out of poverty. But it's a work that has to be complementary, cannot be done by federal government alone. If all the trillions in the world are put in by the federal government, you still require the states and the local government. And it's a message to the governors. The state is not the capital city. It's everywhere. Because I am sure you voted. You know, every nook and cranny of the state votes. And so they are all entitled to amenities. We are not saying abandon the state capital. No, that's not what we are saying. We are saying extend the same thing to the rural areas so you alleviate their sufferings. You know, one thing that was clear with the National Development Plan is that farmers are unable to get all their products to the market. A sizable proportion, more than half, which is 60%, goes to waste. So it means the farmer is laboring in vain. And so what we are doing all these rural roads, is to be able to create access to the market for the farmer so that they now begin to enjoy the labor of their hands.
The developmental strides of the federal government, facilitated by the Honourable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, also includes the construction of Aden Bridge in Aden Community of Via South Local Government Area of Edo State. Aden Community is located between Okada and Ugbogui Agbangbe Spur to Benin Shagamu Road and had been cut off from the community due to the deplorable state of the existing narrow bridge. The Honourable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Prince CLEM Ikanade AGBA, said that rural roads, including bridges in rural communities, countryside, benefited from a sum of 500 billion naira released by the federal government as palliatives in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic to open the rural communities to prevent post-harvest losses of farm produce with a view to keeping people alive and livelihood going.
It is going to be commissioned by this facilitator in person of Prince CLEM AGBA, the Minister of State par excellence.
I am aware that a lot of people have been coming around here claiming to be the facilitators of this bridge. You know, and that's why, because we all belong to the same party, I thought that I shouldn't say anything until the bridge and the road is complete and the facilitator comes to commission the bridge. And that's what we have come here today to do. It was engineer Stanley Dako that brought it to my attention, and I'm glad that he did, because you can see the economic contribution that it has for this community.
What we actually have to say, we the community members, is to thank our minister who didn't fit on his own to remember this community. About 17 years ago, when this issue of bridge came up, ever since the road have been in a deplorable condition. But today we can see that the dream has come true. So we want to thank you and also thank our president for remembering us. May the Almighty God continue to lead you.
We are standing here at the Arden Bridge, which is one out of the several bridges across the country that we were rehabilitating under the Economic Sustainability Plan. Like I said, 2 of them are in Edo State, one in Edo South and the other in Edo North. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to commission this bridge today for the use of man and to the glory of God. In the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, in the name of God the Holy Spirit. Amen.
At the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH, where he was received by the chairman of the board of the hospital, Bashirun A. Adewale, the minister inspected the molecular lab and the intensive care unit, which were funded through the 950 billion naira made available to each of the 52 tertiary health centers in the country in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. He said the intervention was stemmed from the decision by the federal government to build resilience for the nation's health system.
Through the fund, we were able to get some materials for taking care of very small babies, preterm babies, and babies that need intensive care and support.
And our hospitals are no longer called death centers, or just mere consulting clinics. So with the additional 1 billion funding, which we said, you utilize the way you think is best. So you put it into your areas of priority.
This is a new intensive care unit, 15 beds.
Each of the beds has a ventilator, a multimodal monitor. We have a fusion for cylinders. We have about 12,600 samples per year. So for 2021, we have 24,700. So we also do measles rubella. We are the laboratory in charge of the South.
The Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital permanent site was also inspected as part of the Honourable Minister's efforts at ensuring that funds released were judiciously used to meet the needs of the people.
The money given to these people, has it been justified?
I think I prefer a situation where citizens are the one who would say that the money has been well spent. And that's why we have developed the IMAC app that we want citizens to use. And as journalists, I want you to use that app. But let me throw the question back to you. From what you have seen, not just here, but also at UBTH, do you think the money has been well spent?
They've tried.
Judging by what we have experienced since yesterday, when you see people jubilating and appreciating this project, how do you feel?
I feel good, understand, and considering the fact that we are winding down, you can still see us working, because the beginner is not the worker, but he that walks to the end. So we want to get to that finishing line. By now, one would have stayed back in the office to say, let's just count the days till May 29th. But it's good that you see that world-class facilities have been provided. And not just the facilities, the personnel who run the facilities have also been appropriately trained to make use of the equipment. So it's also world-class. So for Nigerians who keep running abroad, those who keep denigrating their country, they should know that we have this equipment here in the country, and we also have the right personnel. At least with the economic sustainability plan, we reached out to 52 federal tertiary centers, health centers. And in Lut, we also put a world-class center for cancer treatment. And a lot of people keep rushing to India and Dubai. And all the equipments are there and the personnel have been trained. So I'm also using this opportunity to reach out to Nigerians to say, use our facilities here. Our people are good and it's even cheaper.
How are you going to manage this equipment? Area of security.
Yeah, we have made adequate arrangements for that. Like the Honourable Minister said, our staff personnel have been adequately trained to manage and run the system, not just for now, but for a sustained use, so that our citizens, like he has said, will not have reasons to travel abroad and spend a lot of money for facilities and for resources and treatment they can get here. As you have seen, this is the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, but you've seen that we have a molecular laboratory, thanks to the government of the day. And I just need to mention that our Honourable Minister was here, I think, last year or so, or sometime 2021.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we're still in the process of equipping the place after releases were made. And he promised that a second tranche was going to be made, which was done. And we are amazed that just less than 2 or 3 weeks to the end of this administration, he still found time to come and look at, which means he has a passion for delivering service to the people.
The ministerial inauguration and inspection tour was rounded off with a visit to Ewotubu, Ukpoke Road, where the Honourable Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clement Ikanede AGBA, assessed the extent of ongoing construction work on the road. Chris Osege reporting for Focus TV Nigeria, the people's voice.